What's your name?
Ashley Dupre.
And Kristen?
Yes, I was Kristen.
What's the reaction you get in the street from people who recognize you?
Snickers, stares. Mothers would hold their children tightly when they saw me.
Did they say bad things to you?
That's Deborah LeVay.
Donahoe, big upset, turns it around, national champion for the Cornhuskers.
A lot of people say, I don't deserve to wrestle this season. This kid doesn't deserve to wrestle. Or, I did Nebraska so wrong.
I said, oh, what did I get myself involved in?
I knew it was going to hit the fan right there, because we did something, out of the ordinary. Especially Nebraska and the wrestling community, they can't handle something. They can't handle news like this.
I felt like everything slowed down around me, and it was just the TV and I, and
take a look at these two guys. They look like two average All-American guys, but there's something about Aaron and Kurt that you might find shocking. They are straight men who admit, I'm gay for pay.
Blonde, beautiful, bipolar. Deborah was a knockout.
Were you one of these girls that people walked up to on the street and said, you should model, you're very pretty, you should model?
Well, growing up, I'm not going to say that I was poor, but my family didn't have, as much money as some people do to pay my way through college, and I didn't have to work through college. So I was sitting in college wondering, how am I going to make money, because I am broke.
I was bottle hosting, and I was cocktail waitressing at a hotel. And a guy came in and he handed me his card. And I went home and I looked it up online and I noticed it was an escort agency. And I thought that it could be something that I could do one day, and I decided to keep the card and put it away for a rainy day.
Every day in America, tens of thousands of women get ready for work. From the hotels to the streets, from the truck stops to the penthouses.
At her apartment, in her car, in her classroom.
Cocaine, ecstasy, pot, and vodka.
We didn't kill anybody, we didn't put anyone in the hospital, we're not selling drugs, we're not bad kids, we did some porn, get over it.
At home, a lot of people are saying, well, I would never have made that choice. I don't know what have to means. But that's just a line I would never have crossed.
I don't think I can do it. And they said, well, let me call the party back, and I'll get back in touch with you. So they called down, they called me back, they said, they'll double your rate and they'll take care of you. So they paid me $350 for an hour, and then they started tipping me $100 bills the whole time I was there. So the entire time I'm there, I walked out with $2,300 after 1 hour, and I was like, I can make a lot of money here. So I had already owned a stripping company with 4 other guys.
Dancing for women, though.
Dancing for women. I went back to them, I said, guys, forget about the women. I love all you women. You're so beautiful and sexy, but, you're just not paying me as much as these guys are. And when it comes down to it, I'm in the business for the money, you know what I mean?
Here we have a woman that by every societal standard can get a date, can get a man.
I really didn't see the difference between going on a date with someone in New York and him taking you to dinner and expecting something in return. I really thought it was more of a trade-off. If you didn't sleep with them after dinner, then they would go find the girl that would and not call you. Or if you did, they'd call you once in a while and you'd go to a nightclub and you see them making out with someone else.
Deborah, the English major, wrote a poem about her predicament.
Her restless heart beats abstractly in circles. Her wandering mind prays endlessly for miracles.
According to several of his former teammates, Donahoe, a 2-time All-American, was Coach Manning's favorite. The coach wrote in letters to Donahoe, "You know I love you and would do anything I can for you. You're part of my family."
When you have trust in somebody and they're like a father figure to you, and then they just turn on you and everything kind of just hurts,
He was so disgusted with me.
When he was walking out the door, I think I literally grabbed onto his leg and squeezed, and he was dragging me on the floor because I just didn't want him to leave.
I threatened him. I said, you know what, I'll be on TV at 6 o'clock, turn TV on. I'll talk about all the legal that you guys do. And obviously they were definitely scared. All the coaches were scared. 4 coaches, all scared.
finally he said, okay, don't do anything you'll regret. Don't do anything you'll regret.
I kind of developed this idea that it was my role in order to make a man, guy, boy happy. I had to do my part, which was pleasing him in that way.
I was whoever they wanted me to be, and he was whoever he wanted to be.
I'm trying to imagine you in your apartment, in your room, saying, okay, I'm going to go do this. Was there something you put on? Was there music that you put on to get yourself disconnected from it emotionally? Different kind of clothes? Did you ever watch Pretty Woman? Is that always the dream? That somebody would come along, climb up the fire stairs?
No.
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 They put me in stirrups like you would for...
A gynecological exam.
Exactly. And I can remember just shaking and trying as hard as I could to clench my legs together and keep them shut. And in fact, the nurse said, because I was crying, and she said, honey, were you raped? And I wanted to look at her and say, yeah, I've been raped. I was raped when I was 13. I'm being raped right now. They could have
There's
had...
evidence, Debbie. Didn't you say that one of the things that turns me on is knowing that I'm not supposed to be having sex with you?
You know what?
It's a turn on to me because I know we are not supposed to be having sex.
Absolutely. No way.
You say the work, but you haven't said the words.
The work.
Prostitution.
Escort.
Escort. What's the difference?
Escort.
What's the difference?
A 14-year-old 10 years ago is different than a 14-year-old today. He consented, but I should have been the one to say, look, you are a kid and that this is not a good idea whether you want it or not.
In order for me to make what I do, make sleeping with one guy a month, I would have to sleep with about 20 different women. You know, so one guy...
A lot of guys would be like, what's wrong with that?
I mean, which one?
There are some people out there who say this is every 14-year-old boy's fantasy.
I'm sure he has to be living with the guilt of, quote-unquote, ratting me out.
That's the main reason I'm kicked off, because they couldn't cover up. If they could have covered up what I did, they damn well would have.
He's a really, really, really intelligent child, and he could go to any college he wants, and I was hoping he would have been a lawyer. And at 40, you're not going to look that good.
We work hard, you know. We work hard on our bodies, so why be ashamed of it, you know what I mean? I didn't threaten anyone's life. If anyone, I'm putting smiles on people's faces. People that will, like, you know, see me naked, whatever.
Well, I'll either stop filming porn whenever I finish my degree, or, you know, I meet a woman that I marry.
Do you hope to be married someday?
Absolutely.
I plan on marrying her after I'm done with the industry. That way I can just at least have a clean slate with her in our marriage.
I want someone that will love me, someone that will think that all my imperfections make me perfect. Someone, when I fall, they'll be right there telling me to get back up. It's going to be okay. I want a best friend.
Deborah's now on medication to treat bipolar illness. She'll be under house arrest for the next 3 years, on intensive probation for another 7. She's not allowed to leave home except for work and essential errands. She's a registered sex offender. She wears an electronic ankle bracelet. Her every move tracked.
I'll say it. Do you think it's because you're pretty?
I think so. And sex sells.
By law, Deborah LaFave cannot profit from her crime, so she can't sell the rights to her story, and she has no plans to write a book.
She has reportedly turned down offers for book deals, a reality TV show, and $1 million to pose in Hustler magazine. She says she wants to leave it all behind.
Jordan and Donahoe broke an NCAA rule by getting paid to promote their image. Both wrestlers maintain that it was Nebraska's image that superseded their individual rights.